Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Please hit that like and subscribe button and let's get right into today's video. So for today's video, we will be doing a set on my hands and they need tons of nail prep. I haven't touched my nails since the video of me doing those 𝐸𝐵𝐿𝐿 nails, so let's get into the nail prep. So I'm just taking a cuticle pusher and pushing back my cuticles, and I will be showing the nail prep on both hands, but once I get to the acrylic application, I will only be showing that on my left hand. Next, I'm just quickly taking these nail clippers and trimming down the excess nail tip on my natural nails. When I go in with my acrylic nails or any nail enhancement, I like to trim down as much of my natural nail as I can, but obviously not too much because I don't want to cause any open wounds or anything like that. But yeah, I just like to trim as much as I can. And then quickly, I'm just seasoning my sanding band, so when I go in and start filing, I am not risking cutting myself. So here I did go ahead and apply that to my e-file. This is the medium grit sanding band for nails and blinks, and I do have my drill at the speed of 5,000 RPMs when doing this step. Now I will be working a little bit extra on all these nails since I do have a little bit of that gel product left from doing those 𝐸𝐿𝐿 nails. I do want to kind of get as much as I can off before going in and doing my acrylic nails. And I'm also making sure not to stay in the same spot for too long, because if I do, I will risk getting heat spikes, and that absolutely hurts. If you've done it to yourself, then you know. So make sure that you are working over the entire surface of the nail, but making sure to move on different areas of the nail so you're not getting those heat spikes. Next, I will be taking this very thin tapered diamond bit and going around the cuticle area again, just to lift up any of that excess product from those 𝐸𝐿𝐿 nails, along with any excess dead cuticle that I may have, so when I go in with our next step, I can get all of that. So recently I did purchase these nippers, and I've never really used these at all because I'm terrified of cutting myself, but I decided to try to use them today, and honestly I don't think I did that good with using them. I don't really know what to do. All I know is not to cut your live skin. I don't know, but I only did it on this hand because I was terrified of cutting myself using my non-dominant hand to cut the cuticle around the other hand. So you will just be seeing me use it on this hand. And then lastly, I'm just taking the cuticle ball bit and going around that cuticle area once more just to buff off any of that dead cuticle that I might have missed when using those nippers. And then I will also be using this on my other hand since I did not nip any of that cuticle off. So these are what my nails are looking like after everything's been nicely prepped. So I did go ahead and measure my nail tips off camera, and I will be using the BILLIONOIRE brush on nail glue for today's video. I have yet to purchase more of that 𝐻𝐾 nail glue, but I will be purchasing it here soon, so that way I can start using it again. But I'm just quickly applying a very tiny amount of that into the inside of the nail, and then I am applying the nail tip to my natural nail. So I did want to go for more of like a short to medium length because I haven't had nails on in quite some time, and I didn't want to go super long or anything like that. So I did go ahead and start off with 3 magnets on my nail tip cutter, but later on I did realize that they were still a little bit too long, and I did take one of the magnets off, so these will actually be done with 2 magnets on each hand. So these are what the nails are looking like after everything's been nicely trimmed. So I'm just taking my hand file and just shaping up the sidewalls of these nail tips to make sure everything is nice and flush, and to make sure it also has a nice square shape that I do like. And then I will also be using the hand file to gently blend in the nail tip to my natural nail, so that way it's a seamless slate, so when I go into application it is nice and smooth. So I will be using the BILLIONOIRE nail prep system, so the nail primer and the premier bond. So I like to use 2 coats of the nail primer. That's actually recommended on the bottle. You read that if you do have this product. So it says to apply 2 coats of that, and then for the premier bond you want to apply only 1 coat. I highly recommend checking out these products because they actually do improve so much on the retention. Like me, normally I don't really let my nails grow out that often, so I wouldn't really know on myself. But I have a sister-in-law who cannot keep her nails on for more than like a week, and using this nail prep system, she's actually been able to keep her nails on for at least a month now with very minimal lifting. So again, I highly recommend you guys checking out those 2 products. So quickly, I'm just applying a very small amount of this clear acrylic to my natural nails, so when I go in and do my application, I have that underneath. Not only that, when I do want to do a fill, if I decide to, I can always file it to this thin layer right here and then go in with my fill. Now normally, like I said, I don't really keep my nails on for more than maybe 2 weeks at a time, so either I am soaking them off or I try to do a fill. And me personally, I don't really like doing fills on myself, so I mainly soak them off, but I've been trying to keep them on as long as I can to just see the retention on myself, and not only that, just get more fills done on myself. So for the acrylic today, we will be using Blooming Dahlia. It is absolutely one of my favorite nude powder from our nude collections on Kairos Nail Supply. Now, I'm sure that you guys have noticed it is marbling just a little bit, but that is because I have not really used this powder in quite some time. Not only that, I did go ahead and just restock some of, the whole entire Bear With Me collection. And there's a little bit left over from the Blooming Dahlia color, so I did go ahead and just pour it into my own container here. But I forgot to mix it in with the previous one I had, so it's kind of marbling because of that. But always make sure when you do receive your products to go ahead and shake them up and everything to prevent the marbling, because the colors do kind of separate just a little bit. But I do promise that these colors do not marble when you do receive them. It's just because I mixed in the new batch of Blooming Dahlia with the old batch, and I didn't just mix any of that in together. And honestly, we've gotten no reports of any marbling from any of our powders, so that is really good. But like I said, we just forgot to mix up the powder here. So I'm quickly just showing you the structure of the nail. This is how I like to have my nails when I am doing my own nails and when I am doing a shorter nail length. So for myself, I don't like to have super thick nails, but I don't like them super thin. I kind of like it in between. And like I said, I like the structure to be nice and good, even though these are short nails. So I will go ahead and let the rest of the application process play out, because I will be using this Blooming Dahlia color on all of my nails, and I will come back in when it's time to shape and file. So here I'm quickly just showing you the structure and the foundation of these nails. I think the apex and the structure looks very nice, especially on these short nails. Now that I have done both hands, it's time to get into our filing. So I will be starting off using my fine 5-in-1 drill bit and going around the cuticle area just to seal the cuticles. Now before doing that, I do like to push back the skin so that way I'm not cutting myself if I have any acrylic attached to my skin when doing this step. And for reference, like I always mention, I do have my drill at the speed of 9,000 RPMs when doing any finish filing using my e-file. Next, I will be going back in with that medium grit sanding band from Nails and Blinks and going around the cuticle area just once more, and then going over the entire surface of the nail to smooth anything out and to kind of debulk any areas that might need to be debulked from that acrylic application. And then next I will be taking my hand file again and going underneath the nail just to get any acrylic that might have spilled underneath there when doing the application. And then I do like to file up the free edge and the side walls to make sure everything is nice and flush and straight. Now you guys really don't see the process of me filing the free edge just because it's kind of hard doing that, because I like to have my nail on the edge of the nail desk, so it's kind of hard just to move the angle down there. But I do file the thumb like free edge on camera, and then I just do the rest off camera. And just look how nice that thumb filing, just the whole everything of that thumbnail looks absolutely nice and clean. So before we get into our nail art, I am just taking the mini buffer and going around all my nails to kind of smooth out the area, so when I go with my nail art, it's a nice smooth slate for that. Now that we have the filing done, I will just be taking this brush and a little bit of alcohol and brushing off that excess dust so that way it is not there when we go in with our nail art and anything like that. So for today's gel polishes, I will be using Classic White, Aurora, Tiana, Jasmine, and then I will be using Cinderella, and then lastly I will be using Rapunzel. And those colored gel polishes are from our Once Upon a Time collection on KAIROSE Nail Supply, and I will also be using those silver reflective glitter gel polishes as well. So off camera I did go ahead and mix the colors from our Once Upon a Time collection into some white to make them more pastel-like, and then I will be taking this 20mm liner brush to create my V French tips. So I'm starting off with that like pastel blue color and creating my side lines for the V French tip. I'm also like not trying to connect them, because since I will be going in with the reflective gel polishes, I will be using that to kind of connect the tips, if that makes any sense at all. But once I get my outline nicely done, I will go ahead and start infilling the sides, and then before curing the nail, I do like to wipe the side walls just to make sure I get any of that any of that gel polish, and to keep the nice square shape that I do have. And then I will go ahead and throw that in the lamp for about 10 seconds just to flash cure before moving on to the next nail. Now note, when you are mixing any of these gel polishes with white, one, they are jelly gel polish, so before you even use them at all, please make sure to go ahead and shake them to get the colors nicely mixed in together, because after sitting for a while they do like to separate. And then not only that, since they are shimmery itself, you won't see that shimmer at all because the white gel polish will kind of take away from that, so that's how it turns more into these pastel colors rather than like a shimmery pastel, if that makes any sense. So just keep any of that in mind if you're looking to use those gel polishes to make any pastel colors. But I will go ahead and just continue doing the V French tips, and I am alternating the colors. So I did go ahead and do the blue on the index, the green one on the middle finger, and then I'm taking the, I believe it's the Rapunzel one, where it's like that pinkish purple color mixed in with white. I will be doing that on the ring finger, and then so on for the rest of the hand. So after cleaning this now, I did go ahead and cure this whole hand for a full 30 seconds. Now this is what my other hand is looking like. I did go ahead and finish this one up off camera. So again, I am taking those glitter reflective gel polishes, and I did mix both of them to kind of create more of a, like, not transparent, but more opaque glitter, I guess you'd say. But after I got those mixed in, I am just outlining the underneath part of the V French tip of that colored gel polish and creating like a glittery V underneath, if that makes any sense at all. So again, just to quickly explain, I'm taking the glitter gel polish and applying it underneath that pastel color to outline that and create more of that V French tip and give it more of that nice elegant look. And then after I am done doing that to this hand, I will go ahead and fully cure it in the light for 60 seconds. Now that the nail art is finally done on both hands, it is time to top coat, and for that I will be using the classic diamond gel top coat from Kairos Nail Supply. I do always have our link in the description box below if you're interested in any of our products. We will be restocking a few products here soon, and if you use code YouTube, it does save you 15% on your purchases. After I'm done applying the top coat to this hand, I will go ahead and cure it in the light for a full 60 seconds. Now that our nails are nicely top coated, it's time to apply the cuticle oil, and I am just using the peach scented cuticle oil from Kairos Nail Supply and applying it around the cuticle area just to make sure I nourish them properly. And not only that, this cuticle oil smells so good, so I highly recommend it to you all. So for the end of the video, I will be showing the nails, what they look like without the flash, and then here in a second, these are what they look like with flash. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!